the leaderboard, and his list is pretty similar to the list we played earlier in the season with a few of the changes we said we liked. We had more firebrands, which I was saying that I thought should be Soskar Mage. And the version we were playing had like a bunch of duresses and stuff in the sideboard, which did not feel right. However, the one Heartless Pillage performed. I still am not sure about any of these cards, but overall I think I like this list. It feels relatively strong to me. I don't know about the Harvester's main deck. Like, maybe they should just be Crashers. I'm not sure, but we're going to try it. He's a really good player. Hey Gonzo, what up, man? Hope you're having a good day. We'll certainly keep this hand. Our opponent has no dice, so that was easy for us to win the dice row. Cheater. Yes, I am a cheater, Mr. Noodle. That is handy. Wah, 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 wah. Don't you do it, opponent. No removal spell. One time. One time. Yeah. I'm extremely handy, especially for laughs. So opponent now will probably have some kind of lightning strike. Which sucks for us, considering we don't even have a second red mana. Sigh. 34 hours, that's ridiculous. Should have played my land so I could just press F6 because slow opponents aggravating me. I get aggravated easy. Thanks for moving everything all the time, Mr. Magic Online. Alright, so we really want a second red source ASAP. I like how we have all these removal spells in this match that none of these removal spells are particularly good in. One time. That was not the one time we were looking for. I am bad enough that I discard it for one card? No. I guess it isn't. I just wish that I was. Cool. Oh, what fun it is to live in a no red source kind of way. You can do it, deck. Untapped red source. Give us a chance. Honestly, if we don't draw an untapped red source next turn, we probably have legitimately zero chance. Probably the stone legit zero. Get out of here. Please? Phoenix? One time? Phoenix? That's not a Phoenix. I don't want to give him another card. Whatever. I don't think Kenra gets better than this on any. This was dumb actually, because if I draw a land, I'm certainly not casting the lightning strike. Should have probably just done my 2 damage. Like, if he draws a bunch of cards, we're not going to win anyway, but I was thinking like we kind of need him to take that point of damage. No more spells, at least a good sign? Oh, cool. Another non-red land. He's probably going to contempt something here. Just so we can press F6 and hope he doesn't have a removal for this as well. He's got a removal for this as well. We're pretty sad. I would type exclamation mark deck list and tell you how many lands are in my deck. But I'm lazy. Exert it. That's kind of good. It means if we draw a red land, we don't have to just disintegration it. Damn it. Just stone damn it. Why can't I have a land? You take any card that we've drawn other than these 3 lands and turn it into a red land, and I think we won this game. Now I think we have practically no outs. I'm going to be in a spot where I'm playing Chandra to hope he doesn't have a counterspell just to kill this. That doesn't seem good. That's best case? That's frightening if it's best case. Yeah. Onward to deal another point of damage. My motley crew of annoying cards ago. Alright. Deck list. I want to know how many lands are actually in our deck. I'm guessing there's 23. Oh, there's 24. Cool. Yeah, boys. What is this thing? It probably still kills us too. Oh, what do you know? It's a Scarabian fellow. I hear those are pretty good here. Right on time. Okay. What is our best play then? I think it's just killing the Scarabian fellow and making him spend his mana on it next turn. How does that work out for us? We play this. Next turn, if he has a removal spell, he just gets to buy it back. That's not good. Alright, whatever. I guess trying to slow him down a turn is the best I can do. That was a play. God, that was such a play error. I was supposed to do this part in my end step, but I didn't because I'm really, really bad. Because I'm really, 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 really bad. Just already on tilt in game 1. I was supposed to do this during the end step. That way he doesn't get Scarab God back this turn. Well, that was a trash can-like play. On the positive note is, it apparently did not matter at all. So that's good. It not mattering is fun. But it was a really bad play that had no impact on this game. It's my favorite kind of plays, by the way. The really bad ones that have no impact on anything. That card does stone nothing for us. I think we're just dead now. His next turn he can kill this and then buy this back, so I don't actually know what we're supposed to do. But we'll keep fighting the good fight. Maybe we'll find some way to do something. Can't really attack here. All I'll do is kill this. Then he just gets to buy this back. Might as well make him exert. It's kind of odd that he didn't buy anything back during his upkeep, I think. Pretty sure we can just concede. What are we sideboarding? Definitely bringing this in. Am I bringing anything? Probably bringing this in. Probably bringing this in. I don't think I want these. Fortunately, he's got 8 mana. Or unfortunately, he has 8 mana, so... means he can buy back 2, like, big monsters. Maybe we just move our removal spells and bring in the Glory Bringers and everything? So he's definitely going to get the Phoenix here. I'm not exactly sure what the other card he's going to get is. Yeah, I'd like to play a different deck a lot. Keep the variety up. Not trying to win trophies or anything. I think they're relatively easy to win to begin with. I don't put a lot of stock into trophies. Alright, fun times. He's gonna buy something else back here. Two Kenners in our graveyard, like, I guess there's a world where he could make enough mistakes for us to make a comeback. This card's gonna annoy me because it still goes on the stack. Fun times. Well, that's not a land, and we're not dead on board, but we don't have any outs. Just casual 12, and we don't even have a 6th land. Just fun. Alright, so what don't we want versus them? I actually don't think this card's very good here. I don't think this card's very good here. I don't think these are very good here. Kinda don't think these are particularly good here. I kinda don't actually think these are super good here. So these are the cards I would consider. And we'll go ahead and set these way over here because we don't have spells and I don't like them, but who knows how many spells we're going to have. I definitely want you. Maybe I don't want to hazard it. I think I want like at least all of you. Maybe the hazard's not right. Not really emptying our hand. Is this card good enough? I don't know if this card's good enough. It's just like having a bunch of threats in this match. Also, I don't know if this card's good enough. We didn't see Phoenixes from his deck. We only saw Glorybringers, so if it's only Glorybringers, I don't think I want Chandra. This Phoenix, maybe? Kind of feel like I like this card. It's like not letting me highlight my stuff for some reason. Alright, let's just try this, I guess. I do play a lot of spells, but maybe I'm supposed to take out the Firebrand and the 2 Unlicensed and play the Pillage? Especially with like all of this curve. We Gucci. Alright, this hand's miserable. Let's keep it. We have lands, though. This hand's also not miserable. I was just, like, trying to be funny, but I don't think it come out very well. This hand's, like, pretty reasonable. I think I failed at comedy because my voice doesn't really work at comedy, I don't think. Get got, opponent. What do you have in your hand? Please don't play a Pyroclasm. That card's going to be good at some point this game. If he plays like a Shock, oh boy, we can play that Daredevil. Kind of want to play the Daredevil anyway in this hand. There's like so many things he could play next turn though. I think I am just going to play the Daredevil anyway. I think that's the only way that we're going to curve out and attack with Hazoret. This is obviously super bad if he just untaps and plays Whirler Virtuoso, but like they've been playing less of that card in general. Now that my opponent's missed a land drop, I'm not actually sure the correct play here. I think I still just want a Phoenix. Because Phoenix is the one card that he doesn't really deal with what he has. If we just played a Torch of Defiance, he could have like the 1-mana Chandra plus get a loot effect, which seems actually ridiculous for him at the moment. So let's not give him that option. Let's just play the Phoenix and make him have at least 2 cards to deal with it. If we draw a land, we're probably just going to jam Hazoret next turn anyway. So I like getting the one that can attack for 4, even though this technically would have done like 2 that turn, 2 this turn, or whatever. Or give us a higher chance to attack with the Hazoret. Like, I feel like the Chandra has, or I feel like the Phoenix has a better chance of like dealing damage or being aggravating. Yep. He's got a bunch of energy. And we drew a land, so that actually causes problems. I think I'm still just slamming the Hazoret and being aggressive, because worst case scenario, we can Chandra tick up next turn. Best case scenario, we can like buy back the Kenra and this thing can't even block. But like, he's a minimum taking 5 damage this turn down to 10 when we have 2 threats on board that's pretty hard for him to deal with. That's at minimum. So we went on down to 5. We draw a land, we can Kenra. If we don't draw a land, we can like Chandra and tick it up. Oh crap. Never mind, he's got a tap land. This game's over. He has no outs with what he is showing us. I guess that's not 100% true. You could have like Fatal Push, Chandra's Defeat or whatever and still survive the turn. Yeah, you could have Chandra's Defeat and Fatal Push. But we drew a card that says he doesn't even care if he has that. So now he can't do anything to Hazy. Alright, well, we can beat an opponent who doesn't play lands. The same as he could beat us last game when we didn't have lands. Alright, so far our opponent and I have just slapped each other with like wet noodles that haven't completely cooked from the pasta. And things didn't go anywhere for either of us either time. Maybe I really want this card. Maybe like just not playing this card's like super wrong. Like, how bad is it to not play this card? Sure, it doesn't attack all the time, but oh boy, when it does attack. We do have like a massive curve though, like it's just not attacking that often, is it? No, not handy noodles. F you. Ow. I don't know what a handy noodle even is. The only handy noodle I know is the one that's going in my belly. Oh god, we got a new email. I thank you, Streamlabs, for my monthly stats from January. Just 2 weeks late. Oh, cool. Well, this has everything we could ever want, except for the only thing that really matters. Alright, we'll keep this miserable little hand. We'll scroll that to the bottom, and alright. So it seems like our first 3 games are going to involve each of us not getting playable draws. I mean, maybe my hand's playable. We do have a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop now, but like these cards don't really win this match. It's just stuff that puts pressure on for like our big spells to come down. So like they kind of don't do anything in this spot, except eat 1-for-1 removal spells. Taste it. Taste the rainbow of this Soulscar Mage upside your face. Nope. Just a 1-for-1 removal spell, like I said. That's okay. Oh, and the magma spray. So he had 2 1-mana removal spells out of his like 5. That's pretty game winning. Oh, and he's got that. So yeah, we just lose. Game over. Next game. Good game. Our 6th land. That's exactly what we want. So we have no cards in hand, and he has potentially 3, drawing a 4th. What do we do here? Yep, so he's got 4 spells, we have no spells. That seems like a fair trade. The positive note is at least we have lands that can play our spells. He's got an Essence Scatter or a Supreme Will. Frowntown, but we currently have a Hazard and a Prayer. Sweet. Hazard and a Prayer engaged. Of course, you know, there's a good chance one of these is like a Vraska's Contempt or something, so like this prayer might not go far. Okay, we could just draw every relevant spell in our deck then. That's always fun. This one pretty much has to get countered or killed. I don't think he keeps a hand that this gets to attack. I'm wrong. Well, maybe I'm not wrong. He did go to the... like I said, I think there's a good chance that it dies, so I'd rather go ahead and get the Whirler Virtuoso off the table so that the Pia can keep attacking. Alright, so now he's got 2 things he has to kill with, and we somehow may... Again, though, like, I was complaining that we didn't have spells. He doesn't have lands, so, like, literally all 3 of these games don't feel like they were played. You probably just do more damage as 2 damage, don't you? I feel like that little thing probably does more damage as just a 2 damage burn spell at this point. Alright, well we have 2 lethal threats in play. So even if he draws an untapped land for a Vraska's Contempt, he'd go down to quote-unquote 1 and wouldn't be able to stop the Firebrand. I don't know how we won that game. Our opponent's draws were worse than ours. That's about all I can say. And we're not going to be able to look at our top card, but we started off good. Can't complain about getting lucky. And oh, lucky we indeed got. How come my phone always tells me I'm live? Like, thanks phone. I promise you I didn't know. Wonder if I closed all the streams I was watching. Sweet, I did. Did Brad Nelson log out? No. But everybody wants to watch Brad. The Bradley Nation. Join the old match. Did not win the dice roll. We're playing versus a 1-2, so like we're kind of trying to crush his pity chest dreams alive. We're just like trying to be like, no pity chest for you, Broheim. Hazaret and a prayer is always a keep. Stands pretty good versus a lot of decks, pretty bad versus a lot of decks. We'll find out what we're playing versus right proper and then evaluate after we slap our opponent in the face for one. So if this is like a black mana, ouch. Well, these cards don't really get better in this match, and I don't want him to play like a start to finish next turn and gain 2 life or whatever, so onward. Onward we go. Does suck that he can buy it back sometimes. He's got a hidden stockpile here. That's not friendly. No, of course. Why would you not have a hidden stockpile there? Like I said, that's not friendly. Yeah, well, we'll just pass, I think. Yeah. We like Firebrand his 1/1 if he has one at the end of turn or whatever. If he wanted to upkeep and use the servo, I mean, he can. I think there's a higher chance that he would want to use like the Anointed Priest or whatever if he had to land. But we're fine with that too, because we would just kill the servo. Oh no, and the Anointed Priest is in his graveyard. RIP. Not good times, my friends. But anyway, we're going to kill that so we can attack. Not good times. So opponent's contracted Voltron over here. He's going to get to gain at least 4 life, but we have 2 burn spells for it. Hopefully we get to draw a land. Hopefully he doesn't have like an Evolving Wilds or a Renegade map plus a land here. Because both of those things would be absolutely devastating versus us. Like, all we want for him to do is just this. Nothing else, and we really want to hit a land. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance, fam. You're saying there's a chance. We need to avoid Renegade Cap, Settle the Wreckage. Okay, that one's not the end of the world. It's obviously very good, but it could be worse. It could have certainly been worse. So Renegade map, that doesn't do anything here, and we're attacking for 5. What crushes us? Start to finish kind of crushes us, but a lot of these decks don't play start to finish, and even if he does, putting things in our graveyard's not the end of the world, I don't think. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with Pia. Attacking with Pia was just really, really bad. Oh my god, I'm so trash. He's got a triple block to Pia, though. What? What the hell's in his hand, then? I don't think things on the ground do damage anymore at all, so I'm pretty happy by just putting that at 3 and putting him down to 2. I don't think things on the ground do any damage at all the rest of this game. The Settle the Wreckage is brutal here. Fumigates. He's got Fumigates in his main deck. People say that card's so bad. I don't think that card's that bad, but everybody else says that card's unplayable. I think that card's very good. Let's see what's going on, though. Like, we're not dead. We have outs. Interesting. Like I said, I think that card's good, but like Matthew Folks and all of them think it's just not playable. I don't know that I agree with them. I think the card's very good. I think I just attack here and try to kill two things. Killing two things seems good to me. Alright, well, if he only does one, he only does one, but... He's got cast out too. Oh, he's got cast outs, bindings, and fumigates. And we're somehow losing. I actually don't think Fumigate's really good versus the Rekindling Phoenix's decks. I think you want Fumigate versus like the green-white decks and the green-black snake decks. I would actively sideboard out Fumigate versus all of like the monster decks. Because they never really put a whole lot of things on the board. They only attack you with flyers and it only kills one half of one of the cards. Yeah, so I thought we were going to win this game pretty easily, and it's looking like we're probably not going to win this game at all. Yeah, it's not looking like we can win this game at all, is it? I guess maybe we could draw a Hazard. No, we can't draw Hazard because of the binding. So we could draw like maybe Rekindling Phoenix could get us somewhere. Just trying to kill some of his turbos off because I want to try to extend the game. Like maybe we could get Rekindling Phoenix and attack twice. I think that's our out now. Like I don't think Regal Caracol is good in this deck, and that's what they've replaced. That's what they've replaced for Fumigate. I just don't think it's a good card in this deck. I wonder if Heartless Pillage is good in this match. It feels to me like they have to have a lot of lands, a lot of enchantments, and a lot of spells to win. And if all of that's true, it seems to me that like taxing their hand for 2 cards could be very good. It feels to me like they often struggle to survive. Alright, we can scoop on that one. So he's got multiple start and finishes. It's kind of like, basically looks like he's just playing arrowed list. That's what it seems like. Alright, so we know we want this. I think we know we want all the flyers. Probably want the Scavenging Grounds. I don't know about the Hazard. Again, we're like upping our curve by a lot, and we're upping our curve by a lot, and they don't really do much anyway. I think you just start by taking out auto removal spells. You keep Magma Spray to like trade into Anointed Priest, but I don't think that's good enough. So we have all the flyers in this build. This card's real medium in this build. Maybe these are just better than Soulscar Mage. Maybe I have to just have you. Can like steal one of his start and finishes or something. So like Magma Spray is only good versus Anointed Priest. I don't think Soulscar Mage is any good here. Hey, no, what's up, man? Don't think this card's particularly good here. If I bring in the Magma Sprays, then I kind of like it better. So I'm kind of like looking at these 6 cards up here. I don't know that he is. I don't think that you should have Regal Caracol and Fumigate in the same deck. And we have 4 Chandras and 4 Glorybringers to attack a Regal Caracol anyway, so we still have like 6 ways to kill a Caracol. Like, I'm looking at these 6 cards and I'm looking at these 6 cards trying to think in my mind which is technically better. I think I'm just going to dump these. Priest is pretty brutal. It's like only good versus Priest. I have no idea who's at Friday Night Magic drafting. Rob went. He's all I know. I know Rob went. Alright, we can keep it, but it's not good. 7 5-drops main. Whoever built that list is an absolute maniac. How many times do you just draw those cards and they do nothing? Like, there's just so many decks that neither of those cards are good versus, and there's 7 of them, 7 5-drops main? Wow. That's pretty insane, I think. Don't care to put this in my graveyard. Happy to trade it with a Vampire if given the opportunity. If he plays Anointed Procession, like, I'm pretty sad here. Don't think Authority of the Councils is a card you want in this deck either. So me and our opponent definitely think differently about our decks. Don't care if the Vampire attacks. I don't think Scarab God is what you want in this deck either. I don't think Scarab God does anything in this deck. So we basically just downboard to start to finish, but I mean we drew 7 lands, so did we expect to be start to finish? He's not going to block if he has start because he's just going to flip Legion's Landing. Because I was too worried about a start to finish killing this for half of a card. And the game's over. Alright. The game's over. We got paired versus a bad match. He had an incredibly good draw. We had an incredibly bad draw. Happens. Still don't think those decks are any good. They don't actually even make sense to me. Like, you're doing less powerful things than like Blue-White Approach, yet you have to have basically the same mana constraints as Blue-White Approach. The deck goes bigger than everything, but like, the matches that deck crushes are matches like all the blue-black base decks, but like that's also just things that Blue-White Approach can't lose to. I think Blue-White Approach loses to basically one deck in this whole format that's heavily played, and that's Mono-Red. Whereas I think Tokens has several bad matches. Oh. Well, looks like we're going to get trashed since we can't interact with the red deck until too late. This is kind of what happened when we tried this deck once before. We just had like medium draws the entire time and we didn't have early interaction. If we're playing a deck with 11 1-drops, like, can we keep a hand that doesn't have them? But you can't mulligan a hand like this, can you? Like, can you mulligan this hand? I don't think so. Cool. Guess I just spend the one that takes the most mana. I don't think it really does anything. If he doesn't have a shock, he can already use this. And he could just have like Crasher or whatever, and then I can't do anything. And there's a Crasher. I'd probably still stack this just not to exert that though. I don't think it's worth 1 point of damage. So if we don't draw a removal spell, we can't win. If we do draw a removal spell, there's a good chance we can't win. Math has written a prayer. Fortunately, we're taking a minimum of 3 more damage this game. That's the very minimum. He was just on to play. He had a 1-drop. He just done stuff relevant every turn. And we were at no point in the game. Could draw like a Pia maybe. But that doesn't even make sense. He should just have attacked with both. You could have a Pia maybe. Oh no, he's got another 2-drop to go with this. Oh, he's got 2 1-drops? Oh my god. We just have no outs. Okay. Pia? 1-time Pia? Everspear Harvester is also a good draw here. And by a good draw, Everspear Harvester is not a very good draw at all here. That land was horrible. It means our Hazoret can't even block on turn 5. So our Hazoret can't block next turn either. We're taking a minimum of 5 damage this turn. That's the bare minimum. We could be taking a lot more. He still has 3 cards in his hand. None of them are lands. They're all spells. I would say we're on a 0 outer. If I was going to guess. Sure. Probably shouldn't bother with that. He could have put us at 2 life with a Firebrand in play. Like, there was no reason to do all of that. Our opponent literally gave us a chance. Not much of one, but like he gave us one. Like, Pia's now actually a good card. Like I said, we don't really have much of a chance, but like this did give us some chance. Depends on what his last card is. If we'd drawn a single 1 or 2 mana removal spell this game, maybe we could have won. We did not. So any burn spell just straight kills us. We're kind of pre-boarded for the mirror, almost. Like, we have Harvesters and Pias and Magma Sprays all main deck. It just didn't matter. Any burn spell and we're dead. Waiting for it. Of course. There it is. Why wouldn't you have it? And we just got crushed this game by a card that's not even good in the mirror typically. So you seem good here, you seem good here, you seem good here, and you seem good here. Chandra's bad. I've always liked her killing Phoenixes because like they're very good versus opposing Hazards, but I don't know if we want our curve to be that high. I don't think this thing can block particularly well, so let's just do it like this and see how it works. Maybe we want Scrap Heap Scroungers on the play though and Phoenixes on the draw. I could see that. Wait, how the hell did a Hazard get out of there? I highlighted these two and I pulled a Hazard somehow. Maybe we'd just rather have these on the play. They are more aggressive. I really like this card in this match. Alright, we're going to try this. I'm a big fan of the Phoenix though, so this is probably a mistake. Have to keep it. Again, we have absolutely no removal spells, so I don't know how we win. We have 10 1 or 2 mana removal spells, so like just not drawing them says you're going to lose this match 100%. I don't think you can mulligan these two cards because like they're basically sideboard cards. Of 9 1-drops, not including the removal spells. So like 13 1-drops, and again we don't have a 1-drop. It's like a fourth of the deck. Oh, and they've got Best Boy again. It's always fun when your opponent has Best Boy. I legitimately don't feel like we've had an average draw since round 1. I don't think we've had an average draw since game 2 of round 1. I think we've had 1 average draw in our 7 games so far. Just gonna play this thing. I don't want Beaumont attacking anymore. This thing could gain us more life, but like he could easily just have another Abrade, especially if he's like so willy-nilly throwing that one away. Just kind of want to clean up the board and hope to get to Hazard. He's got double removal spell or something. Obviously, we're just gonna like put our hand in our face and be as sad as somebody could ever be sad. Oh, well, that makes Hazard not even that good. Interesting. Kinda need to kill this on Hazard's sake. Or for Hazard's sake. Like, he's got a lot of really good threats out there right now. No. No, I'm not worried about the token decks. I think they're too small for percentage of the field, and I don't think they're very good. I think people that are playing the tokens decks are making active mistakes. If they become a larger percentage of the field, then I would worry about it. If not, I'm just willing to lose to them. This is like, all three of these cards are super bad for me. I guess I have to kill this one even though I don't want to. But I'm going to kill this one, so it's probably just wrong. Wonder if it's ever right to attack PAN right now. And that's never. Just like, if I attacked it, maybe he could trade the Beaumont with it. If for some reason he valued the Beaumont less than a Pia, which is probably none. Wouldn't mind to draw Chandra's Defeat next turn. It's the best card we could draw. So I guess the cards in his hand are bad then? Double blocking it in case for some reason he has Build to Smash or Improvised Rampage, I guess. Like, I lose both of them. Or, sorry, if he has Improvised Rampage, we have a first striker in the mix, so it's irrelevant. If he has Build to Splash, I still get the Beaumont Courier, which is what I care about. One drop? That's not a one drop. Just attack him with this. Assume he'll block and kill this, but I don't know. Maybe he kills the Thopter. Long story short is I'm trying to force his hand. Because we definitely have a Hazoret, and I'm only just trying to stall this game till Hazoret can do Hazoret things. Cool. Opponent had another Abrade. That's kind of a game changer in a spot like this. I think that's metagame dependent. I don't think there's a straight answer to that question. I think the red decks are better than the blue-black decks, so I guess I would have to say Hazoret, though Scarab God's a more powerful card. Hazoret's modern playable, though, so like that gives you another argument. I would rather be playing Hazoret than Scarab God right now. I'd rather be playing Rekindling Phoenix than either of them, though. Like, I'm a big Rekindling Phoenix fan. I think Rekindling Phoenix is the bomb. Why would he target that one? Seems like a peculiar one to target. So this is something I didn't actually ever expect here. I didn't really expect to be able to use this card profitably. Now all my dudes can attack, and we don't have to worry about racing anymore, because he has nothing in his graveyard. So we drew the Hazoret this game, and it could attack. That's probably game now. Don't know what could even beat that. Rekindling Phoenix isn't even good here, because we can just make it not block. So I don't exactly know what he draws here. Land makes this lethal on its own. Alright, so they're done. Alright, so their hand was worse than ours, but like I don't think either of our hands were very good. Like, I mean, he used a Beaumont Courier and everything. You can see how few spells he played. Just don't think either of these cards were very good. Alright, so I think Scrap Heap Scrounger is considerably worse on the draw. It can't ever block, so I'm willing to always dump it. Maybe unless his Disintegration's too much too, I don't know. We have 12 removal spells. 13 if you count the Dire Fleet. Like, we should be the better deck in that regard. Maybe we're not. Yeah, so we gotta have some 1 mana interaction here. No, we have no 1 mana interaction, but it's another hand that we just can't mulligan. We could have a lot of problems with this hand. We have 2 defeats, 2 Magma Sprays, and a Firebrand. I would love to draw absolutely any of them. Cool, the 3rd Beaumont Courier. Have we had that yet? In our 7, well, this is our 8th game. Have we had a turn 1 Beaumont yet? I don't remember. He had it all 3 games. When we have 9 1-drops, 13 post board. Well, if he doesn't play land, we have a chance, I guess. Can I just play the Karzev here? Like, it's only bad versus Chandra's defeat or him drawing a land, but it, like, shuts down the table if he doesn't. Seems like it's our best play. I think the upside of him missing a land is so much better than just, like, lightning striking one of those guys. It's like just so much better than just lightning striking a dude. You can't really attack there. Pia would be insane. We can play double spell next turn, so now even if he does draw a removal spell, we can fire up the Harvester and he still doesn't get to attack. We definitely have to hit something though. Alright, so he hit his mountain. Which means this hand's probably better than ours. Yeah, he just passed. That means he's going to have a removal spell here. Unfortunate for us. If he has a removal spell, I guess I'm just attacking, right? Just going to attack with the Karzev too. It's the one that's probably going to deal 2 points of damage here. Again, I would say not average hands from either opponent. Today's just seems to be one of those days. So as expected, a removal spell. That's why we attacked. Those Rekindling Phoenixes would at least chum up the board a smidge. So you want to get 5 cards? Or discard 5 for 2? Didn't think so. Yeah, well, you can attack for 1. Fortunately, this card's too good right now. Like, he's ahead of us in the clock when he's not even played anything. And you know he'll kill this, or you assume he'll kill this. You don't know. Yeah. Alright. So, we've got to draw a Hazoret pretty soon. I think I still have to kill the Beaumont Courier. Even if he plays like a Kenner or something, I just take an extra point of damage a turn, but like we have to kill the Beaumont Courier, I think. It's 1 extra point of damage a turn, but him getting these cards is just too valuable. If we draw a Hazoret, that would be very good. Hazorets and Pias are both good here. Rekindling Phoenix is okay here. Tell you what's not good. The old 6th land, and by 6th land I mean 8th land. We draw 4x the amount of lands of your opponent. It's not a good time. Of course, this should not be in his deck at all. Especially, this just should not be in his deck. There's no justification that makes that card make sense here. And we're pretty much dead on board now. Because, like, we can't even block. He's going to put us down to 4. I guess we can make him exert. Making him exert's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, I guess we have to make him exert. Attacking and putting him at 10 doesn't do anything. We don't even have a live draw to try to win. Yeah, look, MTGO's not gave us lands or gave us infinite lands every game so far. We don't have any 5-drops, so we can go ahead and press F6 here. Like I said, make him exert. 2 more lightning strikes kills us, like we don't even have any counterplay to that. Hazoret basically kills us, we have no counterplay to it. Oh, he's just got 2 removal spells, or 2 burn spells, well that's fun. So we didn't even get to play Magic this game. We didn't get to play Magic last round either. And the round we won, we honestly didn't get to play Magic that game either. It just happens our opponent also didn't get to play Magic. Kind of a tilting way to lose. I feel out of the we're now 8 games into this, or 8 games into this league, and I don't feel like we've played 1 game yet where both us and our opponent had spells and mana. Like, I literally don't think I've played 1 game out of 8. I mean, it's like that with anything. If you don't draw lands, or if you draw all lands, your mid-range deck isn't going to win either. That's not a valid argument, Chris. That can happen with quite literally any deck. That is not a valid argument. Mathematically, mathematically it would favor that you should play the aggro decks because you need less lands and things to compete. Like you need a much better mix to play with, like mid-range or control decks, than you do an aggro deck. An aggro deck, you just need 2 or 3 lands and then some spells. But with a control deck, you need a bunch of lands and a bunch of spells. Like, you can't really mix on anything. So I don't think it's a valid argument. Well, MTGO Shuffler is clearly not a true example of shuffling, but it's good enough. Like, it's a fair game. I mean, like it's not a perfect shuffler or whatever. It's not completely random, but like your opponent's decks aren't completely random either. So it's not like you're getting a large advantage compared to them. Or sorry, it's not. You're not at a disadvantage to them. It's not the same as paper magic, but like you're on an even playing field. Is what I'm trying to say. I guess he can't block this, so we just go ahead and attack. Our hazard again cannot attack on turn 4, even though we can double spell. It's the one thing that I don't like about these builds of the deck. Let's see if we can do some kind of blowout with this Soskar Mage by like abrading one of his things or whatever. Let's see, what's this one? Alright, so that's a land to his hand. It's going to be hard to win this game because, like, I mean, you see how we curved out well. We played a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and 2 spells on 3. But where he's on the play, he's already got 4 permanents in play and getting ready to play a Glorybringer that'll 2 for 1. Like, our best chance here is if he, like, attacks with both the Pia and something else, but it doesn't appear that he's going to. Could have traded this and killed that, but I'm just going to go ahead and shoot this. I want to take less damage this turn. I feel like versus them, their mana's tied up pretty often anyway. We've already got this that can be active. Currently still doesn't have a block for this, which is nice. Might have another spell post-combat, but it's not. Yeah, and he does. So like now this thing can't even attack. Because he can just block here, block here. Opponent's hand was very good. And the sad Hazoret comes to town. The Hazarets just don't deal much damage versus his deck at all. Glorybringer would basically lock this game up because I would not have a solid block. Yeah, that is not a Glorybringer. We have liftoff, folks. There is a prayer. Not a second removal spell. Okay. That's fine. We don't care about that. And by not caring about that, by the way, I mean, he's got 4 mana here, he's got an Earthshaker Kenra there, and he's got a Kenra here. Like, we don't have any outs. Alright, so we can trade both of these for this, I guess. I don't know if that's worth it. Maybe just drawing 2 cards is better. Yeah, we'll just take our 2 cards. See what we can do with them. Ah, nothing. We can do nothing with them. So we're pretty much dead on board next turn. Nothing we can really do. It's like literally nothing we can really do here. We can't attack because if we attack, we can't attack with the Hazoret because if we attack with the Hazoret, this thing just dies and then like comes back and makes this a 5 power. At least it can only be 4 power the other way. Yeah, So, absolutely smashed. We had a great draw this game, too. So this is the first game tonight that I think both us and our opponents had really good draws. Like, I would run this draw back all the time. This is one of the reasons these red-green decks are just really good, though. Oh, you drew a Glorybringer? Alright, that's game. We can't deal with this and this next turn. We can only deal with one of them ever. So, have no out to that. Alright, defeats come in here. Daredevil probably comes in here because they have struggles, plus sometimes they bring in their own defeats. Actually think like these are pretty good here too. Don't think the Firebrand's especially good here. I think Magma Spray's especially good here either. Though maybe it is, maybe they have enough little dudes. Let me get rid of these. I kind of want to bring in Glorybringers, but if I bring in Glorybringers, I want to bring in this land too. And I don't know if that's good enough. I typically feel like in these type of decks that if your 5-mana spell gets killed by a 1-mana spell, you lose. But I don't know if there's anything we can do about that. Let's just try this. I'm probably just sideboarding this deck miserably wrong. Yeah, this is another good hand. Pretty good hand. Opponent mulliganed. So he's going to kill one of these. I missed a point of damage because I'm stupid. Guess who missed a point of damage? Throw your hands in the air if you think it was me. Throw your hands in your air if you think it was me. Please don't hit 2. Please don't hit 2. That's disappointing because he's going to leave that on top. So he's going to hit 2. Our Magma Spray is considerably less good then. Oh, well, he didn't leave it on top. Wonder what he has to not leave that on top. kind of really far ahead this game. Can I have a magma spray for this, I guess? But we have this magma spray. You cannot block, friend. So we had a great hand this game. Seems like he's had a pretty relevant hand too, but it's not matched up well versus what we were doing on the play. You can kind of see why I sideboarded a few of these hazards out. They just, look how chummed up his board is. And this is a game that he was on the draw. This board's still just like really chummed up. So there's that card that he just played. Oh no, he played a mountain. Okay. So what is this? Alright, Glorybringer doesn't do a lot here. Alright, well that's the game then. If he attacks with both of those, we win. Doesn't really matter where he puts that. If he attacks with both of those, he can't beat the Hazard into other thingy, other duty. Or since he doesn't have any blockers, I'm not even going to bother to activate the other duty. I'm just going to like crash for 9. Alright, 1-1. Feel like this round's the first round we've actually played today. Both games were a lot of cards that we wanted. I kind of don't think this Chandra's good enough. I left one in because I'm kind of weird, but I don't even know if it was good enough when I kept it in. Kind of want to try the Firebrand because the Firebrand can kill the Explorer guys if you're lucky, but I guess a Braid just does that whether you're lucky or not, so we'll try the Braid. I wonder if it's ever okay to bring in Anraf here just to steal Glorybringers. Alright, well, at least we're both mulliganing. Our hand's very good. And he mulliganed. Our hand's very good. And by very good, I mean we can attack for 1. Well, we certainly don't want this, and he put on top. Or they put on top. Shouldn't say he. A good chance that their draws are better than ours, especially after they put on top. Another land. Fun. Wonder if it's ever right just to play this guy as a 2-1 beater. Like, can that ever be right? Feels like it can't. Wonder if it's ever right just to magma spray that as well. Save the lightning strike. Probably not. So I got a forest. They played the forest. Please don't kill our Beaumont Courier. So I guess I don't care that much if he does play it, because we can answer a Phoenix if he does. Alright, well our hand's too good to dump for 2 unknowns. Just have to, doesn't have another red mana? There's a Pia. That card could be relevant. And by relevant, I mean, if he's got another red source, he could shove a Glorybringer so far up our behinds that we never get it out. I'm covering his board because I don't want to see a mountain. I don't want to see a mountain. Oh no, it's a Rootbound Crag. I shouldn't have peeked. I shouldn't have peeked. We lose. I shouldn't have peeked. I should not have peeked. Yeah, well, I think we have to kill it primarily because I want to play the Daredevil. So we still have a Lightning Strike Scavenging Grounds to like clean up a Killing Phoenix, but we have 3 power and he has 17 life in a deck that basically has mono bombs, so that's not going to go well for us. He can't block at least. Oh, he certainly can't block, I guess. I did not understand how little he could not block this turn. At least one of the cards in his hand isn't good. You have to assume they're not all 3 lands, though. So there's a good chance like one of these dies. But if he played a Jade Light Ranger last turn, that's probably the best creature he has. So at least that's something. Fortunately, it seems like it was the second Magma Spray. Oh, and another removal spell? Yeah, he's just way ahead here then. We know he still has a forest in hand. So if we can draw a Hazoret, we're in really good shape. I think I'm willing to take 1 hit with this. We get excited when we draw this bad boy. Oh, much excitement. We got a Killing Phoenix. We have to like dodge, struggle, and survives then. Probably just don't block if he attacks. Glorybringers are good here too. Pia's pretty good here. Still know he has a forest, which means it's safe to block if he attacks with the Jade. Oh. Was that 2 good draw steps in a row, or was that 2 good draw steps in a row? That had to be 2 good draw steps in a row. I'm just bashing. If he draws a removal spell to get rid of the Killing Phoenix, I'm fine with that. He can't kill us this turn. Like, even if he draws a Hashtap Oasis, it's just 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, like, and that's with him not blocking. A Glorybringer would be the absolute worst case for us, because he would get to deal 8 damage to us while getting rid of our Phoenix forever. but he would be down to 9 in that particular situation, which means the Hazoret plus Lightning Strike plus Fopter would win. So we tapped 5 mana, including double red, so did he draw the best possible? Only time will tell. I guess the best possible is technically something like Hours of Devastation, but then he would have to attack first. Alright, well that was just great for us then. Attack for 7 here? I don't think we're super concerned about taking 7. Oh, it's just 5. That's even better. Another Oasis. We still know he has this forest, so we know we win because we know of the forest. Hey, Sean, what's up, man? So let's, we've messed up and like didn't look at our opponent's hand at some point. We have done the winning. Even if we have, we've probably done the winning. Because he doesn't have enough mana to like glory plus. Alright, 2-2, playing for a pity chest. This is the first round I actually feel like we got to play. I'm pretty excited that we got to play one round this event. Alright, pity chest hype. Can we get that two banger in the pocket? Playing versus somebody whose record I do not know, so I do not know whether they're playing for more money than us or not. We're on the draw, already disapprove. Not a fan of being on the draw. Our opponent's name's got Deuce in it. Wonder if it's like Ace and Deuce's side account. Our hand's great. Let's see if our opponent also has a great hand. Uh-oh. Most of those decks are pretty good versus us. Think I'm actually just going to lead with the Soulscar Mage. Because if he like has Fatal Push plus untaps and plays Glint Siphoner, the Firebrand's better versus it. Alrighty then. Our opponent has much to think about. Very much to think about. So this works out. So even if they play like a snake, we have a braid attack for 2. Oh god. That's not a snake at all. Stop it, opponent. Can put them at 18, or I can put them at 19 while adding to the board. I don't think I'm playing this Harvester next turn, so I think it's probably just better to put them at 18. Or sorry, I think I am playing this Harvester next turn, I mean. I think it's probably better to do this. Because I think I really want to play this next turn. So double black into Gifted. Are they playing the Azur's Gateway deck? Potentially? Oh wow. Well, we're definitely making a different play than this. Hiya! You can do it, little homies. Untapped red source would be cute. Many amounts of cute. Many amounts of cute. Also, there's a Sultai list. Okay. Alright. I'm down to party tonight. Untapped land to make me do more smiling than I should ever do? That's not an untapped land. Come on. Where are you, untapped Landerino? Think I'm just gonna bash with the world. And then like play this. Could also kill this, and then he could just fatal push that. That would suck, but letting him block that's probably bad too. Alright. We've done decided. Just cash Kenra, I guess. Do the pushing of the damage. He's going to get to go absolutely crazy next turn. I have no idea how this game's going to play out now that we've missed the land. $24 land deck. Red Rover, Red Rover. So they either go down to 9 or they flip the treasure map. They can't do both, or they can't protect from both. Does Zen use my mana the best? Well, them not getting to flip treasure map feels so wonderful. Especially because we can kill a champion and buy back a Scrap Heap Scrounger if we want. Or we could get lucky here and draw a mana and kill both the Gonti and the champion and get in for 3 more damage. Which would be redonkulous. You can do it, deck. One time. Make me happy. Make me happy, deck. Nice. Now we actually have to make a decision on whether we want to do that. Because it could be better just to play Rekindling Phoenix. But I don't think it's better to play Rekindling Phoenix. I think it's better just to clear it away and party. I like this play because if he doesn't have a haste creature, we get to play the Rekindling Phoenix and the Scrap Heap Scrounger next turn. If he does have a haste creature, that means he's probably spending a large portion of his mana. The one reason that it does kind of suck, however, is because he can play an unimpeded Champion of the Wits this turn. So he did not use an upkeep treasure map. That kind of scares me on what could be in his hand then. Interesting. I think I'm just going to play this one, even though I technically put more power on the board the other way. But this one's the harder threat for him to deal with, and he's currently hellbent. And he put on bottom, so that's a good. Feel like I can surprise him with the Scrap Heap Scrounger sometime, maybe. If he spends like 4 mana to kill this Phoenix here and gain 2 life, he can't buy back the champion this turn as well, which is nice. He doesn't have enough mana to also do the Scrap Heap Scrounger. He's got to kind of like pick one or the other. That card doesn't seem like it does much. Just don't tap double black and we feel pretty good. Oh, rip. Wrecked. How good was that? How good was those 2 draw steps? Just blind. Those 2 draw steps blind. That was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. What is our best play now? Oh, the Harvester wasn't a draw step. That was my card. My bad. That was my card. I think I have to kill this. I think I'm honestly getting so far behind that I just have to kill this. I thought we'd won this game, and it's looking more and more like we just can't win it at all. Yeah, I'm going to play this. Think I'm going to attack with everything? So what happens if I attack with everything? He blocks this, goes to 10, back to 6. Or he like blocks this, goes to 10, back to 4. I think it's fine to attack with both. This is only bad like if he has exactly a removal spell, but well, it's a good chance that he has one. Like the Phoenix doesn't really get better unless I draw exactly one of my other two Braids in the deck. And then any removal spell that wouldn't remove the Phoenix, i.e. Like Fatal Push, could still just be active. But like we net damage this way no matter what. And he could not have a removal spell. No, he's got a removal spell. Like, it wasn't a real likely for him to have that removal spell. He was hellbent last turn, he scryed to the bottom, so that means he drew the Glint Siphoner plus the removal spell. That just doesn't seem like something that's real likely to happen. But we can't just set back because he just gets to untap and play Champion of Wits, and how do we beat that? I don't know how we beat that. Probably need to draw on a Braid this turn. Such an aggressive attack. That means he drew another removal spell. He did at least draw 5 cards that turn, though. Okay, is this right to attack with all of them? No, it's not right to attack with all of them, is it? Maybe I'm just supposed to play this crew here and then bash with them all? Feels like I'm SOL no matter what. Like, he's gonna have something. You can't just not have nothing. Drew that many cards and he didn't have an additional 2-drop. He just has to have something. Nothing else this play alone probably makes him at least use this. Use this energy and not draw a card is what I'm trying to say. Just assume he has a removal spell here. It's pretty easy read, I think. Yeah, like I said, it's a pretty easy read. If he's got 2, I'm beyond wrecked, but like he'd already played 1, so what's the chances that he draws 2 fatal pushes in those cards? So in theory, he's still taking 2 damage here? Wait, he did have 2 fatal pushes in those cards. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. This game's not even fair. It's like he's demonic tutoring every turn. It's like legitimately like he's casting demonic tutor every turn. What are the odds of that? I don't think we can win at this point. Maybe if we draw Hazoret and he just like doesn't draw an answer ever, which seems absolutely incredibly unlikely considering he's got double Champion of Wits in his graveyard. But like maybe there's some world where that works. I just assume we have no out at this point though. Like I'll be surprised if we come back and win from here. Though in general, I feel like this is a pretty fair match for us. Not sure what opponent's waiting on, but I guess we'll figure it out at some point. Until then, we're going to play on Snapchat. Hey, they're back. Which name is that, Mr. Tacos? I don't know what name you're talking about. That land doesn't really do anything. Guess I'm just going to attack his face and go on about my day. Attacking Nebraska doesn't do anything. Attacking his face also doesn't do anything. We're just dead here. Nebraska kills us in 2 turns. It's just literally nothing we can do. I think we're at a place where we can easily enter the scoop phase, but maybe he blocks all three. I don't know what you mean by my other name. Alright, well he blocked all three, so I don't actually know what that did for us. Doesn't feel like it did anything at all for us. Like, clearing the board here doesn't seem particularly good because he can still just make 2 4/4s and a 2/2. No, I am not the Jabber dude. Good lord, I wish I was as good as Jabber. It's the first time in my life I've been confused of being Jabber. No, I am not Jabber at all. Jabber is a much better player than me. Of course, in fairness, he's one of the best players on Moto. Like, unequivocally, he's just like one of the top players, so it's really, really easy to to be worse than him. Alright, well, we done. So how are we going to fight them on game 2? I could have made them spend like 30 seconds to kill me, but that doesn't seem worth it. Can I just feel like all of this is good versus them? So am I. I just feel like all of this is worse. I definitely don't want any of these. I feel like I have to keep some number of cards like this because Glint Siphoner's so good and they run like 4, which is one of the big problems. Yeah, maybe we just can't afford to. We like keep 2 lightning strikes. We still have some ways to kill it, but not very good ways. I'd have to get rid of 2 more cards like this? I really just want to get rid of these lightning strikes, but that's just asking to die to a Glint Siphoner. Alright, I'm willing to die to a Glint Siphoner. We've decided. I tapped out basically every turn. I'm not sure when you wanted me to kill it, but like killing the token didn't ever really do anything because he had 2 more champions in his graveyard. So it's like I wasted my entire turn so he could just cast another one. Like I never did get a profitable attack for it. Yeah, I'm just willing to die to turn 2 Glint. Maybe these cards suck. If I'm willing to die to turn 2 Clint. Let's try this card. Kinda want to know why it's in the deck anyway. We are mono red question mark control? Not really mono control. I don't know what we are. Maybe this card sucks too. It's like an annoying card for them to deal with, but like it wrecks us if they Gaunty it. Alright, I've changed my mind again. You guys can come back in the deck. Ah, solved it. Solved it. Maybe we should have brought the braids in over the lightning strikes because he did show us treasure maps. Yeah, braid over lightning strike because he showed treasure map was probably correct. We'll have to see if that comes back to bite us. Here's somebody making pudding in the other room. I don't think they realized that I wanted to play pudding. Alright, we're going to do it. They're going to draw no answers to either of these Rekindling Phoenixes, and they're going to win over like 33 turns. As our opponent's taking over a minute before he even untaps, it's kind of making me wish we took the other minute or 2 or whatever to let him kill us last game. Boom, 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 boom. This deck doesn't feel as good as mono red to me. Scrapsy Scroungers have just been like kind of awkward and worse than Karizev. The sideboarding package just felt kind of weird because like Crasher's so good in game 1 versus so many decks. Like the Harvesters have felt weird. I want to rebuild this deck, and I want it to be, and I think I said this the last time I played it, I think I basically just want to be mono red with Scrap Heap Scroungers. I think I said that the last time I played this deck too. And like, the more and more we go through this game, the more and more I'm feeling the exact same, that like, that's just what I want to be doing. Don't you have it, bro. I know you have 4 of them in your deck, so there's a good chance you have it, but don't. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Alright, sweet, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Oh, wow. That's not a block I was expecting. I agree with you, Tacos. I agree with you. I think that's what I should be doing right now. Just gonna play Rekindling Phoenix. I think it's our best chance to win. It's kind of the hardest card for him to deal with. Just casting Chandra and ticking up doesn't do enough, I don't think. Ticking it down doesn't do enough either. Thank you, Moto, for moving our thing, so now we have to do something like this. Yeah, I'm just going to play Phoenix into Phoenix and hope it's enough. The hand that we currently have looks like a hand that's going to die to Scarab God, like almost all of the hands in this deck. JK, as we immediately draw an answer to Scarab God. Kind of a cool answer too, because we can play it, tick up, and kill the Scarab. So then he has to kill like double Phoenix and Chandra. Go Speed Phoenix. Oh well, he can't play Scarab again. Alright, the Head of Vraska's Contempt. That's a very good card here. So that pretty clearly a very good card in this spot. What is our best play? I kind of just want to play the Rekindling Phoenix, or sorry, the Earthshaker Kenra and Bash Rate. Feels okay to me. Because next turn we have enough mana to kill this and the Scarabian fellow. If he just doesn't add anything to the board whatsoever, having a 4/4 is better than having a Chandra, I think. The fact that he's double attacking does not bode well for us. Wow, it's just a Gonti? That doesn't bode well for him then, does it? If it's a Gonti, that means they have to have Fatal Push. This seems kind of bad if they have Fatal Push. Huh. This was a misplay. This was a bad misplay. I should have cast a Chandra first and ticked up. Because if I'd hit Earthshaker Kenra, I could have attacked for 10. Yeah, this was a bad misplay. That was a bad misplay. Ended up not mattering, but it was still a bad misplay. Alright, so he did have Fatal Push, so I'm glad we didn't kill Gonti, because if we'd killed Gonti, the Fatal Push could kill our Rekindling Phoenix. And that's what we were trying to avoid by not attacking there. That is the fellow we were trying to avoid. Pressed him into attacking with all of these. Attempt to kill this one. So in theory, Chandra's still alive if he doesn't have a counterspell. If he does have a counterspell, he's using the majority of his mana, and the Rekindling Phoenix is likely to survive. Either way, Chandra probably survives this turn. There's a good chance this survives. And then we have a lot of really good draws, like Glorybringer's a great draw here. Hostage Taker for this. That's really good here. So that's just game, right? If he doesn't have a thing. So we're going to start with this to see if it's game. So you can't block. See if we can deal our 2 damage. Alright, successful 2 damage dealt. Just take this thing up then. The reason that I didn't tick up with Chandra beforehand was because I wanted the option of if I needed to cast a spell. Like, if it was a lightning strike, you know, like, say he had a Fatal Push for this guy. Like, if he'd had a Fatal Push for this guy, for example, I wanted the option of, like, lightning striking to getting this back plus playing another Chandra or something. So I thought it gave me more options. It was only really, I don't think it was bad. There wasn't really any cards that made it bad. Like, I wouldn't have played that Kenry anyway. Alright, so we barely, narrowly won that game. Based on how that, wait, didn't we add these to the deck? Why aren't these in the deck? I'm confident we added these to the deck. Wait, didn't we take these out too? Oh, we were going to bring these in over lightning strikes. What Alright, I think we're fine with this. I think Scrap Heap Scrounger is good enough. Maybe we won't hazard it. And we're on to draw. We're already getting an extra card in our hand. I think Rekindling Phoenix is probably better than hazard on the draw. I'm not really sure. Alright, so here we go. Opponent's got 7 minutes and we have to mulligan. Wonderful. Another mulligan. Wonderful. Another unplayable hand. I don't think I can keep this hand. We have to draw 3 lands? I'm going to keep it anyway. I think this hand was absolute trash. This kind of sucks. Round 5, game 3. El Mulliganarinis. Hand's kind of good if we, like, just roll off lands. Like, that's not an impossible thing to do. Like, it is a pretty relatively strong hand, but there's just so many things he can do to just like completely thwart this hand, right? Hopefully he doesn't have a fatal push. Doesn't have a fatal push, our odds get significantly better. As long as he doesn't have like Gonti into... What would be bad for us here? Like... just Scrabian Fellow's pretty good versus us, right? Scrabian Fellow's pretty good. It's like pretty hard to beat Scrabian. That is in fact Scrabian. I don't know what we can do to beat Scrabian. Alright, so let's think. What can we do? We don't have any shocks in our deck, so we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I guess we just have to Glorybringer Bash Face? Is that our only play here? Like play land, tick up Chandra, Glorybringer Face? Or... That has to be the play, right? And making mana if that doesn't seem like it does anything. Could hit a Glorybringer off this, I guess. A Murder Boat. I forgot about that card. So we have to play this now, do we? So he gets it back next turn, but next turn maybe we have an additional mana. And we're getting to the point where we could actually sack Beaumont over the cards in our hand. Oh, that is mad interesting. I wonder if it's ever right just to sack Beaumont then. Probably not when our hand's as good as it is, but... It's like a real question mark, right? It's like, this is a real question mark, isn't it? Is our hand better or worse than the amount of cards we have? Because, like, he can just cast that Beaumont. Interesting. If we get an untapped land, we would get the Hostage Taker in his entire hand. Or we could just make him discard 2 cards no matter what, right? Yeah, we get the Scarab God no matter what, so he just gets that thing. Now, I don't think we get the cards because the Heartless Pillage gets the Scarab God out of his hand. The Heartless Pillage gets the Scarab God out of his hand. I think being able to get that Scarab God out of his hand is like really valuable right now. And that's beautiful. So now we can do both. Oh crap! I misclicked! I misclicked! I legitimately misclicked and we lose. Oh my god, so now I lose Chandra. That's not a punt! A punt! That's not a punt! A punt is not a misclick. A misclick is a misclick. I told you to I verbally said the correct play and then misclicked. It's not a punt. I refuse to acknowledge that as a punt. So now, do I care more about the thing in his hand or not? I still think I just Heartless Pillage him, right? I mean, I don't care about the actual pump being there. I guess I still just Heartless Pillage him, right? Maybe it was right just to play this and attack for 4 of in. That was kind of a tilt. It might have been right just to play the Scarab God and attack for 4. And say find a way to beat me in X amount of turns. I'm not sure. What's the odds he's going to draw a thing? Think we just put him on the potential 2-turn clock? Yeah, I think we potentially just put him on a 2-turn clock. Like we can draw like a Chandra or another Glorybringer and it's 1 turn. Potentially even a Hazoret, but like the odds of him drawing a red source are pretty low, I think. That doesn't do it. He doesn't have anything. I think I still just attack for 4 then. Alright, I guess we'll just hold the Dire Fleet Daredevil. It doesn't do anything. He's got 2/2/3s anyway. What is this? It's a cycle. That's good for us because that's less mana. He can't play Vraska. So he needs like a Contempt now. Or an Effer Hub. This game would have been extremely easy had we not punted. He's not conceding. That's a bad sign for us. A real bad sign for us that he's not conceding. But it means we can draw. Oh, it's another Effer Hub. And he gets 4 cards. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, friends. Friends. You should do this before we attack. Because, like, it's a free row to exert. If he hits the Vraska's Contempt, we would want to exert anyway. So, like, this is a complete 3-row. Okay. I guess it wasn't a 3-row. But that card was actually pretty good for us. So you're going to take the 2 here, and then be greedy? It's not going to be greedy. You can't be greedy. That's too greedy. That's just too greedy. He took the 2. That's so greedy. Alright, well, it's time to play our dudes then. I guess it was a mistake for me not playing Daredevil last turn, but he would have sacked here. Maybe I misplayed. Maybe I should have played Daredevil last turn for like no value. He's got 5 cards to beat us. That's pretty easy. So go ahead and make him use these cards. That was a mistake too. I should have played Scrap Heap Scrounger. Because now he could draw like Essence Scatter. So another large misplay by me. Like I'm just punting this game left and right. Just punting this game left and right. So another glory banger probably wins. Like, we're really just hoping to draw a glory banger here. Actually, Glorybringer doesn't win now because he could just have Veraskas into Veraskas. That locks up the table in a manner. This is a pretty easy attack with the Scrap Heap Scrounger. Like, if he wants to block with the Gifted Everborn, he can. At this point, we're really wishing that we'd like took the minute or minute and a half or whatever off of our opponent's board, because we would have won this game easily had we not made a misclick. It's kind of a poor way to lose $14. Or potentially lose $14. We've not technically lost it yet, but like it's certainly not looking good for us. I'd be a little salty to lose $14 because of a misclick when I conceded game one and didn't run his time down that I could have. This attack smells of him drawing Vraska's Contempt as well. You can just smell it in the air. He basically 100% drew it. Yeah, 100% drew it because if he didn't have it, he would have 100% brought that back. So I think we're on no outs. That card does nothing. As I said, he 100% drew it. This is just a tilt. And we're dead on board. Anyway, so yeah, we got smashed. It's kind of frustrating. I'm actually salty at the moment. I'm like legitimately a salty. I am legitimately salty. Anyway, as a little outro on the deck, where's the deck at? It sucks. It's not very good. It's not aggressive enough in the early game to matter. It doesn't appear to have any removal spells. As like the last time we played this deck, cards like these are just super awkward. When you have Hazarets, Chandras, Phoenixes, and Glorybringers, you're just like kind of like trying to turn into this like weird black-red mid-range or control deck post board, but like it just doesn't work because you don't have Vraska's Contempt, so like you're just always hoping they don't have the good card. And then like you don't have the right removal. You don't have the right creatures to push early. You don't have the right removal to close the game, and then like you looks like you're just sideboarding into this kind of like hogposh deck. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. I'll probably be back sometime after midnight because I have a paper event I need to go to on Saturday, and we'll probably do a rather quick stream. We'll probably do, one of the standard showdowns or whatever. I've not really even looked at the decks, but that's what's on the plan. But I'm going to get out of here and find some dinner. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you guys stopping by as always.